In the last lesson, I showed you how to create a C program in Microsoft Visual Studio. In this lesson, I'll explain how to write your first C program and what all the different bits of that program mean. I'm Hugh, and this is a lesson in my course on C programming with Visual Studio. By tradition, your first C program should be one that displays Hello World. Here goes then. First, I'll create an empty C project. Now, if you don't know how to do that, go back and watch the previous lesson before continuing. So I'll create my project file, new project, empty project, next. I'll accept all the defaults, create. And once that's done, I want to add my source file, add new item, main.c. And here's my file, and into this I'm going to write a main function, curly brackets, and there we go. So this is my function called main, all in lowercase letters. C is a case-sensitive language, so that's important. The function name has to be followed by a pair of parentheses, that's these round brackets here, and then the function body is going to be put inside the pair of curly brackets. So let me write some code now. I want to print something, so I'm going to start off by writing printf, parentheses and semicolon. Now printf is a function that can be used to print strings, that is, to display them, usually at the system prompt. And when I call a function, I have to follow the function name, again by a pair of parentheses. And if the function takes any arguments, I would place them between these parentheses. Now here I want to pass a string argument to printf, so I write in hello world \n. In C, strings are delimited by double quotes, and the \n is a special escape character that prints a new line. Now, if the idea of non-printing or escape characters is new to you, you may want to watch the lesson on that subject in my complete programming course. I end the statement again with a semicolon, and now it seems that I am ready to compile and run my program, so I can click one of these icons up here, either to run it or to debug it, doesn't matter which, because when I try to do that, you can see that, oops, I've got build errors. So what's all that about? Now the errors are docked down here. Let me have a little look. So printf undefined and unresolved external. So, okay, so I can't actually build this program. Now, if you don't understand what the message means, you can click this link down here, one of these numbered links, and that will load more information into a web browser. It says that the linker can't find the symbol definition in any of the libraries or object files to link. Now, to understand what that means, you have to know two things. First, you need to know what the linker is. And second, you need to know why C is looking for a definition of something in some other file. Put simply, the linker is a tool that puts together the various files that were generated by the C compiler in order to build a runnable program. Now, you don't need to understand that process in great detail. You just need to remember that the C compiler translates your source code into machine code, the low-level code that's actually run by your computer hardware. But programs may be made up of numerous compiled files. The C compiler itself provides files containing standard functions, such as printf. In order that my Hello World program can use printf, the linker needs to build in or link in the file that contains that function. All the available information on the functions being used will already have been compiled into the various files that are being linked. The information built into compiled files may include the number and the types of the arguments required by each function, and also the type of data, if any, that the functions return. This information is usually supplied in the form of function declarations or prototypes contained in the header files. Header files are code files with the extension .h. In order for the compiler to find and check that the functions you use in your programs match their definitions, it needs to know which header files contain those definitions. But in my code, there is no mention of any header files. Depending on how functions are declared in header files, the compiler may either not be able to find some functions at all, or it may not be able to verify that a function is being used in the way it was declared. Sometimes, when the header file isn't found, you will see warning messages, but the program will run anyway. That's because the function has been compiled into one of the standard library files used by the linker. So it is available to your program, but its declaration from the header file was not compiled, so the compiler won't be able to check that the argument and return types are correct. Sometimes, as here, you'll see an error that stops the program being built. That's because the printf function has not been compiled into any of the library files being used by the linker. It turns out that in the files provided with the current version of Microsoft C compiler, the printf function is defined in the header file itself. It's not found in one of the pre-compiled standard libraries. Now that's not true of all C compilers, and in fact it's not how it was done in older versions of the Microsoft compiler either. Anyway, whether a function you're trying to use produces a warning or an error, the way to fix it is to include the header file in which that function is declared. Now to do that, I need to write hash include at the top of my file here, stdio.h. Now the printf function is defined in a header file called stdio, short for standard input and output.h, so that's why I've had to enter the file name there. Incidentally, if you're curious to see how printf is defined, you can take a peek inside that file. I can highlight it here and you can go to definition and you can see here it is. Well, if that makes sense to you, you're doing quite well. This is quite a complicated file. As you can see, all sorts of definitions and bits of code and what have you in that header file. Now, unless you're an expert on header files and know what all those hash defined symbols mean, and they're going to be different in different compilers, this might not be all that useful to you. So for a more human-friendly reference, what you can do in Visual Studio is highlight the function you're looking for and press F1, and that will load up the Microsoft documentation into your browser, and I think that's, well, it's a bit more useful for getting a quick reference. Now, let's go back to the program that I've just written. Now, this is a very tiny program, obviously, but it's already taught us quite a bit about how C works. So let's quickly recap that. Now, the first function has to be called main, all lowercase letters, followed by a pair of parentheses. And after that, it has the code between curly brackets. The parentheses may contain some arguments, and it may declare a return value like this. But for now, I'm going to ignore all that stuff. This simple version, for my purposes, is fine. Right, so now we've mastered that, it's time to program something a bit more useful. In the next lesson, we'll program a calculator. Thanks for watching. To be notified whenever I upload new lessons, subscribe to my channel and click the bell. To follow this course in order, bookmark the playlist which is shown under this video.